Welcome to State of Tech. Let's take a look at MobileDay available for the iPhone. Now open up MobileDay and it brings us here into our main screen where I can see any upcoming conference calls that I have on my calendar. And I can quickly jump into those conference calls, even let attendees know that I'm running late or send them out any sort of actual important notifications. And then I can even come in here and actually edit my call and dial-in sequence. So that way I can make sure that when I join the conference call by just quickly tapping on the call button, I've got the proper sequence initiated. Now we can see I've got one coming up today and I've got one coming up tomorrow. And again, that little call button right there is going to quickly launch my dialer and dial in my sequence and my ID. You can see those along right up there with the actual event itself. Tapping on the little icon of the person with the little time clock, that's actually going to allow me to send notifications to any of my attendees, letting them know that I'm running late. I can go and select all, or just individually tap on one of these and then tap next, and it's going to allow me to send them an email, letting them know that I am running a little late for that meeting. Now we'll go ahead and come back, and if I go ahead and tap on the call button, you'll see here it's going to load in and initiate a dial sequence for us where I can quickly launch into the actual meeting itself. Now notice in the bottom left hand corner I have that number 8. It used to be 9. I have 8 remaining calls on my MobileDay plan, but I can go ahead and upgrade and do a subscription plan to get more calls and get unlimited calls. So you see I can go ahead and go Pro. I can either do a monthly or yearly subscription to be able to go ahead and get those unlimited amount of calls. So you see $2 a month, or go ahead and do $9 a year. And I can go ahead and do that with an in-app purchase. Now notice as well, I get how did this call go. I can give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, letting them know that this was actually a good or bad connection for the call. I'll go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and notice that I can share it with all of my favorite applications on my phone. Now up in the top right hand corner, if we tap on that phone icon, this will allow me to go ahead and edit my host and guest accounts, as well as go ahead and view all of my contacts. And then if I needed to, I can go ahead and dial in my own sequence to join any sort of call. But if I go ahead and tap on host or guest, that'll let me join a conference call using either my host or guest account. And then tapping edit in the top right hand corner, you see I have a host, guest, and a dynamic conference ID, which they're saying Microsoft Link uses the dynamic conference IDs, which you can set up there. And if I tap new, I can do a new host, guest, dynamic conference ID, or cancel. Now going through these processes is going to be the same. So I'll go and select host. You're going to go ahead and give it a name. We'll just call this one SOT. And then my dial-in sequence will be 800. Now notice that I've got that input. Now if I tap next, it's going to ask me for my first guest code. I'll go ahead and put in a guest code there. Tap next. I can do a host code if I would like to. For this one, I'll go ahead and input that. And then now I have my confirmation screen where I can do my name and number, guest codes, host codes, and my call sequence. Once everything is done, I can tap save in the top right hand corner, and I can even test dial and then get help by contacting support. So now that we're back at the main screen, it's actually time to create a conference call. So open up the menu on the left-hand side, and now we're going to actually come in here and create an event. This will open up either a host or no service needed. I'll go ahead and host this one, and now I can give it a title, set all my different descriptions, actually add my invitees, and now it's going to show all this, and then when I add it, it's going to show up out here on the main screen. And then I can quickly go and launch in a dialer, even edit the event, and even let attendees know that I'm running late. Now, it's also really great and convenient is that no matter where I am on my device, I can come into my notification center and notice there's a MobileDay widget up here. It'll let me quickly jump into my most upcoming event. So right here, I see my project management brainstorming. If I tap on the actual dialer, it's going to launch MobileDay and go ahead and start calling me right into that conference call. So that's really convenient. Coming back into here, if we open up the side menu here, I can do my calendar selection. So I can actually import calendars directly from my phone. So if I know that there's an actual event that's on my calendar, I can pull those calendars in. And I can even do my conference services, which we went over a little bit earlier. We have our meeting notifications. When I get notifications from MobileDay, let me know that I have an upcoming meeting. And I can even do my day view. So right now I only have it set to show just any event that has calls only. But if I tap on all events and come back out to the main menu, you're going to notice it's going to refresh. And there's a few different meetings that I have coming up. Some of them aren't calls, but they're going to show up here anyways now that I have that enabled. You can always come back in here, do my day view, and just set it back down to just all calls. And then down below we have recommend MobileDay. We can get some support with such as FAQs, help, legal, and video tutorials. And then we can even view about our account, change our password, and then sign out. So once again, this application is called MobileDay. If you like it, pick it up in the App Store for your iPhone.